Today's video on my channel will begin a series that will help you understand more about Humminbird XPlore units. You're going to learn many helpful tips to operate your XPlore unit efficiently. This video will focus on the power key, how to use either the button or touchscreen features to navigate the Power Express menu options. This is the power key symbol on the left. Some people may refer to it as the on-off button. Sitting in front of me is my Humminbird XPlore unit. Those of you familiar with my channel will remember that I did a series of videos on the Helix showing viewers how to use each button. Let's get started now on the power key and touchscreen options for the Power Express menu. If I press that, you will see that I get a menu come up. And on this menu, you can see that there is a power with the X. Keep in mind that the Humminbird XPlore is a cross-touch interface that you can use the touch screen or you can use the buttons. So I can use this X if I want to power it off, and you see that it's gone. But let's go back to it because we want to use that screen from the on off button. So I press it and there it is back again. So we have backlight, night mode, standby, standby sonar mode, power off, and sonar. To turn on your Humminbird XPlore unit, simply press and hold the on off button and you can see that it starts to fire up. Let's see what happens when we highlight the backlight pane. And you can see that this now has created a bar down here, and I can take my finger and you can see that the screen is dimming, and I can do that by simply sliding my finger, and I can slide that back up to 10. I can also use the screen here and just tap the minus and you see it's down to 4, and I can go back up to 10. I generally run my backlight at 7 to conserve battery power during daylight hours. In case you're wondering what this button does here, let's press it. And you can see that the sliding bar for the backlight went from the bottom to the top. I want to bring it back down to the bottom. I just hit that again and you can see it's back down to the bottom. If I want to get rid of it, I just have to hit the X. When I first press the power button, you will see that the backlight pane is highlighted. There's a yellow rectangular box around it. When it is highlighted, I can use the minus and the plus buttons to change the backlight. Minus is going to dim it down, and the plus is going to brighten it up. If I want to continue using the push button key functions, then I can go to the cursor control knob here and I can press the down arrow, and you can see that the night mode box is now highlighted. So if I want to use the buttons, the check mark is like your enter button, so I can hit the check mark and you can see that it's gone into night mode. If I want to take it out of night mode, I'm just going to hit the check mark button again, and you can see that it is back to regular mode. To use the touchscreen function for night mode, all I have to do is just press it, and there it is, it's shifted, and just press it again, and it's back to regular mode. To utilize the button control features, if I want to go from the highlighted backlight pane down to standby, I'm going to use the cursor control key. Helix users, you would be tempted to think with the right arrow that you would use the cursor control key, but you see that it doesn't do anything. What you have to do is again use the check button, which is your enter button, and you can see that the standby feature is now on. Standby mode will reduce battery consumption. If you're fishing at the bow, you may as well put the console unit in standby mode. Standby mode will also eliminate unnecessary sonar pinging that could potentially scare fish. If you don't need it, turn standby mode on. To get the unit out of standby mode, just hit the power button and you will have it come back on. As you get used to the touchscreen features, you're going to find that it's simpler and faster. All I have to do to get in standby mode is just tap standby mode, and it is out of standby mode. If I want it back, again, I just push the power button and it is out of standby. Another cool feature that I discovered with the XPlore units, if I hit the power button quickly twice, 1, 2, you see it's in standby mode, and I just need to hit the power button again and it's out of standby mode. So once again, hit it twice, boom, boom, and it'll go in standby mode and out of standby mode by hitting the power button once. There is a feature called standby sonar mode, and I personally haven't used it, but let's take a quick look at it. If I hit the check mark, it says all local sonar off. I could go down and leave local sonar on, or I could turn local 2D sonar off. But as I say, I haven't really used that feature, so we'll just move on to the next. Before we completely leave it, if I want to use the touchscreen, I can just hit standby sonar mode. And if I want to go back, you can see there's a reverse arrow, and I can hit it and I come back to the screen. Continuing down the options you get when you hit the power button, there is a power off, and you should be getting the idea by now that if I hit the check mark, the power will go off, and I can also touch the screen to do the power off. And as I said earlier, you're going to figure out that the touch screen is going to be a faster option in pretty much all cases. So let's try the check mark, and there is a message just to confirm so you don't accidentally press it. If I hit confirm, it would power off, but for now I'm going to cancel. And let's then take the button itself and let's hit it and power off, and same thing, it's going to give you a confirm, which is a safeguard so that you don't accidentally turn the unit off. And we are just going to hit the confirm button, and you can see that it is now shutting down. The simplest way of shutting down the unit is just holding the on and off button down, and you will see that the shutdown process begins. Down at the bottom is your sonar button, and if I hit the check, you can see that I have the ability to turn the sonar pinging on or off. I can use the check button. You can see the sonar pinging is off. If I want to turn it back on, I can use the check mark again, and you can see now that it's on. Turning sonar pinging off has its advantages. If you're fishing shallow water, eliminating pinging gives you a stealthier presentation, reducing the chance of spooking fish. Turning your pinging off can also help you troubleshoot whether or not you're getting sonar interference between units. If I go down to the sonar source and I hit it, you can see that I have some different options in regards to 2D sonar, down imaging, side imaging, or 360 imaging. I can exit out of that and go back, and let's go back down to sonar. And once again, we'll check on that. And you can see down at the bottom, there is an option for the 360 pinging. And right now it's not connected, so it's not even giving me that as an option. I can use the back arrow and go back. And once again, those are the options that you will get with the power button. You have your backlight, night mode, standby sonar mode, power off, and sonar. If I want to simply use the touch screen for sonar, I just push it. If I want to turn the sonar pinging off, I just press that, and you can see it goes off, and the local transducer is disabled down at the bottom. Turn it back on, and I just simply hit it again. If I want to go to the sonar source for different options, you can see it's showing me possibilities of 2D sonar, down imaging, side imaging, and 360 imaging. Unfortunately, I am in my garage right now, so you're not getting a good 2D sonar reading. But if you did want to turn your sonar pinging on and off, this Wi-Fi looking symbol up here at the top, if I press that, you can see that the pinging is disabled. And if I want the sonar pinging back on For this 2D screen, I just have to hit it again, and there you are, sonar pinging on and off, quick and easy with the touch screen. You can also access some of the Explore settings through the home screen. So let's press the home screen, and then we're going to go down near the bottom right hand corner. We're going to press settings, and we're going to go up into here into user preferences. And the user preferences, for example, you could access your sonar settings here, and you can see now you can get the sonar. You can get your sonar source as we showed you with the Power Express menu. So there are definitely other options. If we click Sonar Source, you're going to see that it's identical to the screen that we accessed through the Power Express menu. Please remember that this was the premiere of a series of videos to learn to use the different keys and touchscreen features associated with each Explore key, or button if you prefer that term. Please subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my future videos. The on-off button on the Humminbird XPlore is pretty straightforward, but there are other features on here that will be helpful to you as you go along in the process of learning how to use your Humminbird XPlore unit. As always, if you have found this video enjoyable and or helpful, a like, share, subscribe is always very much appreciated. Take care, and bye for now.